trendsetter.
It's only 8 a.m. I won't do it for the gram. I know I'm a man. At my 2020, whoa, whoa. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged, dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. World inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that is here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundry mat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding, kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, Every day I wake up, I'ma send it.
Yeah. Sharp with Tradesharpe, making moves on the stream. Charts light up, candlesticks in his dream. Daily grind heavy like the weight of a scheme. The Porsche on the block painted jet black gleam. Live streaming heat, flexing levels so clean. Now we're loving GT3, call it fast cash machine. Trade stack high, his portfolio mean. Toast to the hustle, the money scheme supreme. Market flows crazy like a storm in the bay. Tradesharpe, time is sharp, cutting bears through the fray. Green candles rise when his clicks slay the day. Turbo grinding charts, his Porsche leads the way. Live streaming heat, flexing levels so clean. Now we're loving GT3, call it fast cash machine. Trade stack high, his portfolio mean. Toast to the hustle, the money scheme supreme. Algorithms whisper but his gut holds the rein. Wrist tight leash, profit pouring in like rain. Stream fans chant, teach us, break the chain. On the fast track, where dollars entertain. Hustle's never lazy, daily rhythm precise. Option scalps longs at a Porsche to the price. Take speed lanes in life, no room for rolling dice. Built a stage, streaming hard, living rich on advice. Yeah. Hustle. Live streaming heat, flexing levels so clean. Now we're loving GT3, call it fast cash machine. Trade stack high, his portfolio mean. Toast to the hustle, the money scheme supreme. Algorithms whisper but his gut holds the rein. Wrist tight leash, profit pouring in like rain. Stream fans chant, teach us, break the chain. On the fast track, where dollars entertain. Hustle, hustle. On the fast track.
Good morning all. Yes sir, yes sir. Hope everyone is good, hope everyone is great. And let's get it. Let's have a look at what we got going on today at the charts here. And take it from there, Let me make sure most systems go. Yes sir, everything, excuse me, looks like it's working. And yeah, let's see what we can cook up for today. Gold pushing here so far. We didn't have a 30-minute close. We did have that 30 actually there. So kind of a super early option, I would say. Get to this 15 is about 15 pips. How big was stops? 39. Yeah, not bad, not bad. But way too early. I haven't taken a position probably in about 6 months, 7 months at that time. 9:30. Yeah, been a long time since I've taken. Last position I took at that time was a loss. So yeah, today is interesting day. Why? Because of course today is NFP day. So it's normally on Fridays, but today it's today. And yeah, we have bank holiday tomorrow instead, 4th of July. And yeah, NFP here could be very interesting. We could probably see some potential numbers come back at like maybe 130. We could see it come back a little bit high. Yesterday came back higher than expected. Minus 33k. So they're seeing, you know, less jobs being added. So we could see that roll into today. Less jobs being added will initially spike gold in the short term. And then maybe we can see some upside. If we look at last time, numbers came back better than expected. Last time was 6th of June. If we go to back to the 6th of June here, we can see what happened 6th of June. And ideally, gold should have gone down on the 6th of June based on that news. June 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we see on NFP, rewind to the 6th of June. And we see NFP. That's your NFP candle, right? So a downwards move here as numbers came back better. So if numbers come back worse today, we see lower numbers, meaning we see numbers come back at unemployment. We see basically less than 120, gold will go up. More than 120, gold will go down, okay? So maybe we could see 130 is possible or below 120 is even. I expect it to come around what's forecasted. But you know, it's never right. Unemployment claims, they're expecting, unemployment rate, they're expecting to come up a bit here. So that does lead to this number coming down a little bit. And again, to make that clear, if it comes down, if the number does come down and we see less employment, should drive gold up a little bit. More employment should drive gold down a little bit. So pretty simple how that works. Gold has eaten up the range here. So basically move of the beginning of the session here has completed to 60 here. Beautiful push we've seen here. 1 minute candles just straight rocket. Nice to see. So let's do the analysis. We need to see what's happening. We haven't seen what's happening. Well, I haven't. So I want to see what's happening. So daily time frame has closed bullish here. We are close to this previous daily resistance here. Resistance kind of zone. So let's mark that DR. That would kind of be like max target for today. I wouldn't mind price coming into 72s and it might sell off. Might sell off here into the rest of the session. These type of zones can say buy, buy, buy. 4 hour time frame, what are we looking like? Yeah, very clean on 4 hour time frame. Bullish bias today. We're just about hovering above 4 hour resistance right now. 1 hour time frame is approaching. That's our 1 hour resistance. I know the 15 is higher. I wonder if the 30-minute is higher as well. I probably do expect it to be higher. Let's see. Very clean zone on 1 hour here. Hopefully the 30 and 15 is the same. Yeah, it is. That's good. So let's mark this as the 30. Same as the 15. What's behind that? Clean zone as well. Yeah, we have a lot of clean zones in this area here. So I think the plan is pretty simple. 1 hour is obviously going to be a major target here. If we can pull back before the 1 hour would be lovely to be able to get basically a pullback trade. Pull back and look for buys, setup number 2, something like that. Or some structure here. If we end up forming structure where we are right now before the 1 hour, that's another buy opportunity. Right now we just rejected 60, which is our key level right there. So let's see how that forms. Very simple plan. Bullish bias, looking for buys, pullback for buys, or create some structure for continuation of buys. We need structure right now. I mean, 1 minute was a straight push. 5 minutes is, of course, obviously straight push. So before considering any type of trades, we need structure. We have hit some sort of target. And yeah, we had 4-hour resistance. Not on my current analysis, but let me see on broker. Might be different on broker. So I'm just going to double check that. Go to 4-hour. Yeah, we passed the 4-hour resistance. Oh, okay, I get what you mean. Yeah, we haven't tapped it though. We went past it pretty strong. So yeah, let's just see how this ends up forming and take it from there. Now for DAX here, on the other hand, was 30-minute S1 okay? If you trade at that time, I mean, I haven't traded that time for like 6-7 months. If you check my journal, 9:30 a.m. losing time for me. Last time I took a trade at 9:50 was a loss. I mean, you can go in my journal and do this homework yourself. Especially that 9:30 time, very sketchy. It's hard to know if today is going to be a day where it pushes. Here's 9:30 a.m. loss, exact same time, lost 0.7, broke plan. I literally wrote broke plan here because it's my plan to trade from Frankfurt Open, because that's where we're guaranteed more consistency over years. So let's have a look here at DAX here. Daily time frame closing bullish now. Beautiful support formed on DAX. Can mark this daily support here. DS. We can mark, remove this. We can remove that. So daily bullish, 4-hour is bullish as well. So today is a bullish bias session on DAX as well. Let's just go ahead and keep that there. Let's move this up to here. Let's mark this 4-hour resistance. 4-hour support, not too worried about, very far away. Previous 4-hour, 1 hour, we have previous 1 hour here. P1, position 1. All right, 15, boom. Okay, we have this 15-minute range here, but we crossed through that with a wick. So we need to worry about the top here. That's actually a 30-minute, sorry, not even 15. So I wonder how this looks on 15. Hopefully not a mess. Yeah, it's not that much of a mess, but our 15 is actually a little bit higher. So buys are going to be above here. Yeah, simple plan for buys. I don't like this big messy range. Not messy. Sorry, I was reading chat. I don't like this big clean range here. It shows me like it wants to potentially be liquidity grab. And I do like the buys above the highs here. So we have 10 a.m. here open. This was the 10 a.m. open right now. 1 hour closed above, pushing already. So for me, pretty simple. I think I'm going to be looking for buys above the highs, continuation trades to fill up to the 30 and see if we can push past the 30. That's my plan on DAX. Buys only today because we're bullish bias. If we pull back down to here, I will also consider buys from down here. Yeah, any pullbacks as well, I would consider buys. Otherwise, looks pretty good. We have this cross through with a wick here. We could maybe see some rejection here, but the 30-minute comes first. Since the 30-minute comes first, then I'm gonna actually take more importance from the 30-minute, and it's also a 15 there. That is actually your target, to be honest. Like if you're looking at it realistically, that's your next resistance. But I don't think, let's see, if this was to close above, it's about 14 points. It's not bad. Ranges are not too big, so and candles itself. So actually you could potentially be very close to a 1-to-1 here. So we could actually look to even secure if we start to see some sort of rejection from there. So that's my plan on DAX. That's my plan on gold. Both plans here. DAX looks a little bit better because we haven't filled the range yet, but we don't know what will happen. So we'll just let things ride and then we'll take it from there. Quick look over GJ here. Big drop we had yesterday, closing the daily bearish. Strong bearish close, trying to bounce right now. We have this previous daily resistance here, which is like our previous daily range. So I'm just going to put it as previous daily range. 4-hour time frame here created support. It's also our previous 4-hour resistance there. So mixed bias today on GJ. We have this previous 30-minute. $15 is there as well. So GJ is pretty simple. Either pullbacks, support creation and trade back up to this high, or structure and close above this high. Now, sells could also make sense today because we are mixed bias, but I'm seeing a lot of pressure now towards the upside on GJ. So I'd want to see changes of structure only for sells. That's the only way I take sells, because everything like higher highs, higher lows, we need to change structure if sells are going to happen, for sure. That's what I'd have to see. I mean, even 1 hour now is a breakout. We see 1 hour closing above, so nothing yet for that. So yeah, that's the plans here on the charts. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis. Everything makes sense and is clear. If you did, be sure to leave a like on the stream. Get the likes up to 150. I would appreciate that. And yeah, let's get it, guys. Do the YouTube business. Hate to say it, part of the game. And let's see what we have in store for us today. US 30 was tough yesterday during NY. Yeah, we were live in the group in NY. We were looking for sells on US 30, but they didn't come through. And then I decided to head out somewhere yesterday. And then there was like this really weak close. Actually, I still have the markup. I can show you guys. So we had this really weak close here, and then a lot of rejections. So this would have been like a super aggressive option to try maybe wick fill and then break even at the wicks. Break of low here, another aggressive option. Then we reject off this 5 notch. Would have been nice with something else, but I mean, that was just an aggressive option on 15-minute. There was a 15-minute, but no structure on 15 minutes. So I prefer you take it on 5 actually. And then 1 minute had no structure here, which is a little bit more advanced stuff. We just push straight on 1 minute. So after the 1 minute structure was made, that's beautiful. Now you have a place to manage. So you have 2 ways to manage. You can either manage on a 1 minute candle closing back inside the range. At that case, you lose maybe like 5 points out of original stop of like, 30, even more actually. Or you can play it even safer and be like, I really trust this trade, which you don't want to have that mindset when you have a rejection and then you manage with this 1 minute close above. But obviously not what I was looking for in terms of price action here. I wanted cleaner closes. Slow though. So we're getting a pullback on DAX here. Might want to fill some of this range. I prefer we wick and come back quickly. I really don't want to be trying to buy back inside the range. I got aggressive, took it and went break even. I think if you went break even, you managed very well there. Higher on this DAX plan, when I see target is at 4 hour reach, I did not close above. Trying to get a pullback to buy back up. Setup 5 puts me off. Is target reach for you on 4 hour? Yes, technically it is, yes. So yeah, definitely makes it riskier for sure. Definitely makes it riskier for sure. Only thing is then that means that you probably won't get a trade then. Because you just cut that opportunity out. And that's fine. You can just say, okay, today I'm not trading. You know what I mean? If we pull back, I'm not trading today. I'm just going to leave it. But if there's an opportunity, then you can't feel down about it, right? But it's not a bad thing. So yeah, let me see some of the stuff. Let's see this. This gold buy was based on 15-minute here early in the session. Yeah, it's a valid setup for sure. Just early. I don't trade at that time. I'm not even looking at the markets at that time. I either like to trade London or Asian. But yeah, that's the same as that 30-minute close. As a setup, it's valid. Stop loss is back in the range. If you didn't have this range, I wouldn't like it. Was this gold buy valid? I took it. I think you just sent me that, right? Yeah, I've seen that one. Oh, good, man. Can you check out my gold trade? I sent it in normal group. Normal group stuff, I look at the end if we have time. If you sent in an exclusive, then obviously we'll have a look. Someone sent me here a plan. Let's have a look at this. Tradesharpe, let's see. Above 4-hour resistance, looking for buys. I like this one, 15 close bearish, and then next one close above would have been the best opportunity. I would have taken that. Price reach here, we can look for setup 5, setup 2. Yep, that's also fine. That would work at that time. And then buys above the 4-hour with structure is also valid. Also valid to do that. Yeah, these are good plans. I took this 1.2%. Let's have a look, man. Gold 5-minute setup 2 here. TS setup 6. Remember I told you to try stay away from setup 6. This is more a retest entry. Your setup 6 would have to actually come into he loves a setup 6. Your setup 6 has to come into a reject. So actually your zone would be this zone for setup 6 to make it accurate. Because I don't want you doing stuff that then automatically stops working. Right, that would be your zone, not this one. This is just a break. So you should have just taken this trade here. That would have been your trade, just this breakout. Breakout above this resistance, you see? So you start to overcomplicate it. So if you're going to go with that idea, you just take this breakout. It's on a 5, it's very aggressive. And then you hold this. You would have got the same entry earlier. Because what if this didn't pull back? If this didn't pull back, you don't get. So this entry you took here, it worked, but all it is it's break and retest setup, this, right? You broke resistance, you continued, you retested resistance, you closed bullish, and then you had continuation. So this is known as a break and retest setup. They don't always have accuracy. Sometimes we never pull back to get the retest. And you can even skip all of this BS and just take it as a 15-minute setup 1, which is extremely simple. See DAX pushing up here now. 15-minute close in 6 minutes here. I prefer a 15 close if I'm being honest. Problem is this liquidity grab is good, but it's increased stops by quite a lot here. If this 5 was to close above, we're looking at like a 23 pip stop, which is not the best. No 1-minute structure is very sketchy as well. So honestly, I prefer the next 5 closing above. It will make it very difficult for us if this 5 closes above, because we just have absolutely no structure on lower time frame. We don't have a 15-minute close as well. 1 hour did close above its resistance, so that is a positive there. 30-minute is still below, 15-minute still below, of course. 5-minute we don't know yet. We will see here in 33 seconds. So yeah, that's the problem. We've 5 at 853. Yeah, we do have this little 5 here. We are crossed through by wicks. I think that's the same as the 30, so we can leave it as a, whenever we cross through with wicks, sometimes we can get the wick fill, especially with volume. That's why I want the 15. This should be the same as the 30. Yeah, exactly, it's the same as the 30. So yeah, Kenneth brother, Kenneth, you're drawing on my screen, you okay? Whoa. Big push here we've had straight through our range. No bottom wick open. Very interesting. See how that looks on broker. Yeah, gap up on my broker. Yeah, that's our range taken though. So that's that idea out the window for now. We wait for the next opportunity. So I'd like to see some pullbacks now. Pullbacks for buys. DAX broke our dreams in about 10 seconds. Well, look, we could get a wick fill here. We just need to see the close here. We don't know. It could even close below, huh? And then the next one closes above. That can even work. Hi, what brokers do member use to get 0.5 pips? Some are on like, what is it called? XNES, stuff like that, you know? What do you think of instant funding? I think it's a bunch of BS, to be honest. Too many rules, consistency rules, this, that, limited payouts, bunch of BS. I haven't seen anyone take instant funding and been satisfied. They just set too many rules, but I don't know the real in-depth about it. No one in the, I think a few people in the group have done it, but they haven't recommended it. Could I set up 13 gambling randomly press buy? We could. I mean, I used to do that because I used to just follow my analysis and do that. The problem is where does stop loss go and when do you press buy? Where and when? Did you read my DM on Discord? It's pretty long DM, man. I don't want to just skip through it. I started to read it, but it's, you know, yesterday we had some things I had to take care of. It's not gonna be a short reply. I saw it's a little bit of a paragraph, so I normally just quick answers I'm happy to do, but you know that will take me some time to read, man. Give at least 24 hours. Let me don't lie, I do, then it goes B. What happened, bro? 1 minute for this candle to close. So this is what I was talking about. We could potentially, or after all this drama, close below. How can today's news affect crypto? It will affect the stock market. Stock market will affect crypto. So if you see job market do well, it's less likely for a recession to take place. You see some positivity in the stock market as well. Remember, we have our giveaway at 700 viewers. Let's try to get back to that. Run it up, guys. Leave a like on the stream. You know the drill. PipLab seem to be working fine. Just lost some simulations, but no worries. Yeah, we'll explain what happened. We'll make an announcement. Unfortunately, there are some dirty people on the internet that do not like us having a company like PipLabs, and unfortunately yesterday we were attacked, and all night we had the team working on it. Yeah, Antonio's ran 24-hour day. It was crazy last night. It's a very planned one as well, huh? There's not some basic stuff. Very planned one. But anyways. What happened? No, they just tried to attack us. But so if you guys have purchased a the thing is we're on WAP, so everything is safe though. It's just they just tried to cause some headache for you guys. That's it. Whoever they are, they're just causing some headache. So if you are a member of PipLabs and you had registered in June, like mid-June, you might notice when you log in, it says that you don't have an active account. You do have an active account, but it just needs to be reactivated. All the way you have to do that is very simple. All you have to do is go to your WAP. Your account will be active on your WAP, and you just log in from WAP. You press launch the simulator, and you're back to normal. And unfortunately, some of people might have lost save simulations in recent days. But look, the main thing for us is to make sure that we are keeping information safe, and that's why we use third parties to make sure that that's safe. And so we rather sacrifice people's simulations than to have a leak like that. So that's our main priority, but it's kind of like you have to give one up for the other until we can scale the company big enough, if you know, to until we can scale the company big enough. But it's only affected like a couple of people who joined after June 15th. So it's really not a big one. Luckily we caught it, but just people trying to waste some of our time and put our customers down. You can use the help of a shield for attackers. We have. Like I don't need to go into details, but we have that all. We have that all. It's just obviously someone planned quite a good approach towards us. It's just a simulation. Yeah, that's all they have access to. They only have access to simulations. Because we use third party for any other stuff. How much time did it take to solve the problem? We solved the first issue in about 15 minutes. The second issue we solved in about 1 hour, but then to go and basically rectify and make sure everything's okay took about 8 to 10 hours straight. But for customer side was solved in about everything within an hour. We put an announcement when it first started. We had to change server. If you look at the time of the announcements, you can see. So the first announcement was at 8:10, and then we fixed it by 8:33. 8:33 we were back online. You could develop automated tests, the factors we had. I'll explain later. I don't want to go into details. I actually don't want to explain for some reasons. We never know. What are your views on AI within the trading industry? Have you adopted this within Pip Labs? Yes, actually we have. We're in version 5. We're gonna have some AI features. We're just developing them. They are very complex. They're not complex because we can use it, but we just need to integrate it in a proper way. So it just takes a bit more time. I mean, this version 5 that we're coming out with, it's a new platform, guys. It's a new platform. You won't recognize it. You will, but it's like it's completely leveled up. Like it's our long-term platform. Like that's it. We're done. We know what we want. We know how we want to deliver it, and we've done that. It had to take time to hire a team and all of this stuff. All right, so 22 seconds for this close here. Let's see how this closes. I hope it doesn't push last 22 seconds. Would be unfortunate. See what type of stops we're looking at here. 14, and then we have about 5 for break even. Potential wick fill. Let's see the bottom wick here. Good bottom wick. We'll give it a shot here. Break of... I'm putting the bloody thing. I still have time. Just see re-break of high. Great. Now my charts are stuck, boys. My charts are fucking stuck. That's pissed off, man. Literally wanted to put the line there, and as I put the line, my charts got stuck. As I switched to 5-minute time frame, got stuck. Couldn't even place. That's the trade I wanted. So this was a clean trade here. Break of high. Stop loss below low. Well done to those who got in. I know some of you guys got in. It can be a break even now. And yeah, very, very clean option there. So if you had enough time, I know some of you guys got in. You're very close to 1-to-1 there. Just a little bit more and boom, 1-to-1 tap. So congrats. And yeah, there you go. I mean, it broke the high. You wouldn't have got slipped. No slippage in this. This is very easy. Very, very easy. No slippage. I put the bloody line, man. I should have just executed, then put the line on the charts. It's too busy calling it. So yeah, very clean trade that. Almost at 1-to-1 actually. 1-to-1 is a little bit higher. No slippage though. In and out. Yeah, nice, Sankit. Setup 1. Yes, this was setup 1. Very fast. You had time. It hovered here for like 2-3 seconds. So as long as you had it set up, you're fine. Alex Z. Nice. You got in a little bit earlier. Did not slip on IC? No, it won't slip on IC. It hovered for like 2-3 seconds. You should be break even now. Break even point was 862. Yep, correct. Didn't get in gap. Show me the gap. Yeah, exactly. That's how it looks on IC. Clean. No gap. Nice bottom wick. Break of high. Well done, man. Nice trade. That's the one. Like I said, I need to stop faffing about. Yeah, beautiful. TP's full TP hit. Congrats. Clean. That was a beautiful trade, man. No drawdown. Very, very simple. Amazing work to those who took it. That's sick. Congrats, congrats. Straight through TP there. Nice to see Dax give a 1-to-1 there. And yeah. W's in chat for those who took it. Congrats, congrats. Let's go. Nice one, nice one. Very clean. Super simple position that. Super position, simple position that one was. Literally no drawdown. And it's still running here. You probably get to that previous 1 hour. So yeah. Very good. It's nice how it hovered, gave you time to get in there. But I should have just focused on taking the position, then calling it. But look, I called it for you guys. Congrats. That was a good one. Yeah, it was very clean, man. Very, very clean how it pushed like that. And it gave you a chance there if instead of me faffing about with the line, but you had a very nice chance here. Gave us some time this time. It did give you some time this time. Yeah, it was nice. As long as you're not calling it like me, you had some good time. This is what was nice about it, is it broke the high and then it just sat there ready for you. Check this out. See, it came up, broke the high, and then I was faffing with this line. I opened my broker, and look, it sits there for 2-3 seconds. So you have this 2-3 seconds here. And then here, as I go to open my broker, look, it even goes back in drawdown. So you could actually get even more an accurate entry. You could get even a tighter entry there. Yeah, that was clean, man. That was clean. Very nice. Check this push as well. Very good, very good. Yeah, the exact plan I wanted today. Get that wick. Very important, guys. Very, very important that this wick did not tap this resistance here. If this wick tapped this resistance, you can't really take this. Yeah, I need to reorder how I execute. I should place first, then call. Not call, then place. Prioritize. Stop was below 1 minute structure as well. Yeah, beautiful. Makes sense. I mean, in this position in the future, just so you guys can learn, sometimes what you'll get is you'll get some drawdown in this position here, because sometimes price wants to retest this high, pull back, maybe back towards this 15. It can come as deep as this here, huh? It can come this deep. Then you see the push up. That's possible, huh? So even if that happens, you can't be upset that, okay, shit. That was clean. Yeah, nice to see that opportunity. Early trade today? It's not early, man. It's 10:26. That's the normal time we were getting trades. It's just last month we were having some craziness with all of the BS going on in the world. But this is a very normal time. If you check my journal, check out like 10 o'clock, look, 10:52, 10:19, 10:34, 10:01, 10:52, 10:31. So anytime between these, very common time, 10:30, 10:30, 10:01, 10:46, 10:03. You can see here, even here, 10:22. Today was 10:26, 10:57. Very common. 10:05. Very common time. Very common time. Harry said Pip Labs will have a feature where you can take trades and then rewards in terms of real money. When are you launching that? It's a different company that would be. If that tapped resistance, what would you do for a buy scenario? If that tapped resistance, I would look for structure and then buys above the resistance. So I would take buys above the 30-minute here, if that tapped resistance. So if it tapped this resistance first, I would look to buy above that resistance. More buys above previous while, more structure. I mean, it's like kind of you miss the best position of the day. So the next buys will be very risky on DAX. You can't be upset when you lose that one. Gold closed below the 1 hour. Now we're rejecting the 1 hour. Yeah, tough on gold. I wonder if a wick fill can make sense here or if it's gonna fail. We're right at this 1 hour here. I feel like I'm FOMOing if I just take that because we're at 1 hour resistance. Why is it okay to buy at 1 hour resistance? I don't know. It's a very aggressive trade. You have to rely that price pushes through the 1 hour resistance after testing it already. If we hadn't have tested, same scenario on DAX, right? Same exact scenario on DAX. Same scenario. We hadn't tested. We're going to go test it and see what happens. Remove this wick, I take this. If you remove this wick, I take this to see what happens 1 hour. If we reject the 1 hour, no problem. I get out break even, happy days. I haven't lost anything. If we reject before that and I get out to the loss, then that's just what happened. But now that we've tapped it already, to go again after rejecting it, how am I supposed to know? Above it, different story. Got the position for today. Gonna call it leave early. Take care. Nice one, man. Take care. Enjoy your day. Congrats on the trade. Good job. I don't have a 1 hour there. I'll check IC. See how it looks on that. I have it. It's very clear, the 1 hour there. Very clear. What trade have you taken, boss? Sell or buy? There was a buy on DAX. If you just rewind the stream, you'll be able to see that buy. Are you sure you don't have a 1 hour there, Mirko? It's very strange that it would not put a 1 hour there. If this DAX closes below now, I mean, it's just risky. You're buying a second position of the day, you know. We still have room, but, you know, we're starting to force a little bit here. We can force, but we can't be upset if it loses, you know. We really can't. It's just like, okay, the move has happened from point to point. We're trying to go again, right? If we're trying to go again, then that's it. Oh man, camera's died. Shit. How, man? I just charged it full. Seems like not a lot of people caught it. Didn't get it myself. A few people did. You just had to be listening. I mean, it gave you time. It's just you had to be listening. I mean, I didn't. You saw what happened with me. I mean, it's just like if you had it there ready, we closed above on the 5 if you just press the button. I think a lot of people also wait for me to say I'm in, then they get in, which is sometimes it's going to cost you in these type of things. How do you deal with these type of misses and how do you accept and move on? What can I do about it, man? I was putting a line on the chart. Like, literally, it doesn't bother me. I just need to, wasn't at the PC either? Yeah, man. So don't make an excuse like you were there ready to take it, you know? Like, this is my point. You guys missing trades because one's at coffee machine, one's not at PC, one's in bathroom. There's literally trades setting up. Like, you know? And then you sit there and you complain, fuck, we're not getting trades. But then there's trades there. So you need to really, like, you're here to trade. You know? Discussing with wife. Okay, that we can let you off. Because if you don't, then you're in more trouble. It's worth to miss a trade for that. I waited for bottom wick. It gave about 5 to 10 seconds. Enough about to calculate and go. Yeah, I think it was enough to calculate and go. It was quicker than normal. I mean, if you had if I had about 2 seconds more, but then my broker hanged. Because I wanted to see the 5-minute time frame and then it just started hanging. But that's okay. We could close above here on a 5. See how the 5 looks here. It's clean on the 5. Could be a continuation trade. Of course, more risky. I might try this lower risk just to see if I can get some of this volume. 14-point stop. And then just be a little bit more aggressive. So we'll see you in 35 seconds. So we'll see. I might take this, but lower risk because it is the second position. So it kind of breaks a little bit of rules. But it has to close above. Let's see in 6 seconds though. Alright, see if we can get a bottom wick. We do have a bottom wick here. So I'll give it a short break of high to get this wick fill. I'm gonna go in around 0. I think around 0.7 it's gonna calculate to on this position. So a little bit reduced risk here. Why? Because it is late position. This was the original position that's already hit TP. So me entering this is typically not the best idea all the time. So if you're really trying to conserve risk, just be careful with that. Keep in mind I might be also aggressive with this, so be on alert. This 5 closes bearish, though, I'm not gonna take it. Depends, actually. If it closes like a full dot, almost like above the line here, just a little bit red, it's a thunderstorm. So I quite like the thunderstorms. I'm not confident in this one. I'll pass. The 1 minute is stalling out. Yeah, it's not in yet, so the 1 minute could go down, grab some liquidity now, then flip and come back up. So that's what I'm also looking for. So I think this could be quite nice if it starts to flip from here. If it starts to flip from here, it could be quite nice, because this would give me like, okay, there's some liquidity being grabbed. We need to see it's getting close 2 minutes, but you know, a lot can happen in 2 minutes. Probably will close below though, which is not gonna be able to execute me on this. 1 minute 25. Kept us safe. Yeah, break of high is nice, man. Break of high is nice. But see, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. This flip could come here. Let's see. Let's see. One minute is pretty crazy. Do I keep it before this 5 close? And it's going back down. All right, 40 seconds for this candle to close. I'm actually going to delete my buy stop here, because 40 seconds is a bit tight. I don't want it to just randomly flip 40 seconds, next candle dump. It's even less now, 28 seconds. So let me just concentrate on actually getting rid of that. And then I'll look for another 5 close above to be able to take this position. And that's about it, pretty simple. So yeah, remove the buy stop. And now I'm just gonna wait here. 15 close in about 5 minutes as well, so I could get the 15-minute close here. What else do we have? 30-minute close in 20 minutes. And then we can get this next 5 close above. So this previous 1 hour, I'm just gonna move a little bit higher to make our new resistance. If we can get a close above that new resistance, I'd be interested. I'd be interested again. That's it. See how gold is doing? Yeah, it's stuck at this 1 hour resistance, it seems, after rejecting. But if we get above 1 hour resistance, we do have a little bit of a tight trade here. About 20 pips, but it's enough to make a decision, right? 20 pips is always enough to make a decision. I hope DAX can chill for like 3 minutes, would be great. Two minutes has less noise for microstructure than 1 minute. Yeah, but when you're in a position, I prefer managing on 1 minute because it's more accurate. But yes, if you're using that for confirmation time frame, then yeah, you're correct. But I don't like to use that for confirmation time frames. 3 minutes for this to close will be the 15-minute close as well. Two minutes we have to survive. See what 1 minute. I'm watching 1 minute on the other. See if it can create resistance here, and then after creating resistance, then we would have a, yeah, that's how that would work to get the 5-minute close as well. Do remember this line was like this, yeah? That's the original plan, to enter break of this high, but it never broke the high. 5-minute close back in the range. So I moved the line up to here to make this. Now what are we looking at? Stops though, huh? 15 points, still the same actually, it's not bad. 15 points is not bad. We just needed to chill here. Last 1 minute of the 15-minute and the 5-minute candle here. Can't we just enter on 15 close? Yeah, it is going to be the 15 close, but I'm going to use 5 stops. We have a very close watch zone here, this previous 30. So we need volume to push through that, so it could be a quick break even. Stop loss here is looking at like 17 points now. If it pushes any more, it's going to be very difficult for us. 35 seconds. Ouch. Yeah. Gonna be difficult now, boys. Oops. I wonder if it's still worth it to try get up to here if we close above the previous 30. Depends on this bottom wick really. 22 points. Next zone is where? 16 points. Ouch. I can't use a smaller stop loss unless I like risked it for the biscuit and put it in here. 13 point stop loss. But is that enough? Maybe with 1 minute structure. Seems forced. But what if we came down here, retested the high, then rebroke the highs? Like, does it really have a business breaking that 1 minute structure if we did something like this? Came back here, then broke the highs. That would be my entry break of highs to get to here. If it breaks this structure, it's done anyways. Like, I would feel like if we're breaking a 1 minute structure, we're done, right? That's how, imagine we were in the first trade, it triggered us. That's how we would manage. We'd be like, okay, if it breaks 1 minute structure, I'm out break even. So essentially, that would be your stop loss though. So you do risk it. In another position, you'd be break even, but in this position, that would be stop loss. But it would still make sense as a stop loss. But now you're just risking you obviously not being out at profits or break even. 5 no top wick on broker. I have top wick on broker, bro. Clear one. If there was no top wick, then yeah, I would not take that. But I have, on this one here, there's a top wick, and it looks exactly the same on my broker. On current? Yeah, on current I have top wick. Well, I have, yeah, on current one I have top wick. Looks like this as well. A little bit shorter. Yeah, I wonder if this is a smart idea. Look, we have that retest here. Oof. Should I be doing this type of aggressive entry here? Let's have a look. 2 minutes, thunderstorm. Remember, it's NFP day. Yeah, in my mind, I'm just thinking, can I get a quick push? If I can get a quick push, I can go break even if worst case scenario. If there's no quick push, no aggressive for first week. I know, but this one's tempting, man. A lot of volume here today. Anyways, it might just make the decision for us, break structure, and then that's it, game over. Right? This could form the thunder right now. This would be a thunderstorm then. But we need it to close weaker than this. Last 1 minute needs to do business and go up. Then I might consider the thunderstorm. We would have aggressive stop loss as well. It would be a little nice and aggressive. Look to get into profits, but we need this to close weak now. So if you look at 1 minute, it's rejecting. We need this 1 minute to reject back up bullish, or at least doji. Then the next one has to break the high, and then we can get the thunderstorm here. But right now it's stuck for like 10-15 seconds. Been stuck. Weaker. I need it somewhere up here. 88, 87s. Weaker close I need. There we go. It is pretty weaker close. Let me look at this. See if we can get bottom wick next candle. No bottom wick yet on broker. Still no bottom wick. Now I have a bottom wick. Yeah, I'll give this a shot. Same 0.7 risk. Break of this high, thunderstorm setup here. Stop loss will go below the 5 or wherever this bottom wick is. About 8 point setup. Quick break even on this. If you can't manage quickly, do not take it. What I'm expecting is I'm expecting a break of high and a push. If it fails to push, I probably will get out maybe minus 1 point, something like that, because I expect it to break high and push. If it fails to push like pretty soon, I don't really trust it. That is boring, man. That is boring. Pulling back for now. It looked like it was ready to go, man. It looks like it was ready to explode. But unfortunately, we've had no explosion. Still keeping it. It's only a small adjustment of stop loss for now. Stop loss has just become now 8.6. I'm still happy. This might be a nice liquidity grab below previous low. Try to catch out some people who are running. Got triggered with spread. Damn, how do you get triggered with spread there? At least it worked out. It didn't even break the high on your broker, look. Even on yours, didn't even come close to the highs. You need to be careful with your spreads. Check that out, because that actually doesn't count as a triggered entry, right? Look. Oh, it triggered me in there. Shit, need to escape this. That triggered me in. So I'm watching it carefully right now. Nice. I'm gonna be watching what it does here. Keeping an eye on it like a hawk. I will call if I adjust anything. Right, stops are gonna be moved to break even. Making this risk-free, already 50% towards take profit. It's coming close. Will I tap? Still hasn't tapped me. Still hasn't tapped me. You guys can see when it taps me. Okay, now it tapped me. There we go. Got tapped on that one. Got tapped on that one. As the second time came down. So break even, but that's the way you have to manage these. That's the way you have to manage these. You know, aggressive entry, aggressive management. Even though it can still play out here, it's just the way we have to play it. You know, it's an aggressive position, very small stop loss. You expect a quick push. I do still trust it, believe it or not. But I can't really take that risk when I'm going aggressive. You know, but I do trust it. Like 1 minute structure, just a retest here probably. But hey, I'm playing it aggressive. I have to manage aggressive. It's just the way I trade. It's just the way I trade, but I do trust it. I do trust it. Of sorts, you know? It's just one of those situations where you can be damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, you know? And I don't want to be in that situation where if it flies, I'm happy, and if it doesn't, I'm sad. So I rather get out and manage, and that's how it is. So break even for me on that, as you can see. At least I covered, I didn't get slipped or anything. Quite a good break even on this. So actually a little bit in profits you can see here, so that's not bad. And that's it. It was worth a shot though. We saw about halfway to TP, literally 50% to TP. If we had a little bit more volume, this would be easy TP. I wouldn't see any issues running to TP here, just a little bit more without needing to hold this drawdown and uncertainty. Because right now this is uncertainty. And the open as well. Imagine now we have to hold drawdown before the open. Can be very scary, right? Very, very scary. This drawdown before the open is very, very scary. Yep. This is the problem, right? This is what I was scared about. Now it could have flown the other way, but this is what I protected about. This is what you have to understand. about managing. Why you have to be aggressive. There are so many times where I get screwed and price flies to my TP. But this is why I do it. Because I know that this is a possibility. You have to be aggressive. I know it feels counterintuitive. It feels like you're going to miss a position. But look at the scenario we're doing today. We are going against a lot here. We're going against second position of the day. We've already had a massive push. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in drawdown. That's the last thing you want to do. So, and you can see like, okay, I don't think it would have stopped me out. But look, there's no commissions on DAX, so I can take plenty of break-evens on DAX, no problem. This position actually got me out a little bit in profit. I'm like 0.2 points in profit. So I make like 25-30 bucks on that. And it stops me from now holding drawdown with 1 minute to the open. So it's a lot of advantages in that type of scenario, right? So now the open is coming, but you know, this would have been a gamble, guys. This would have been a gamble. Oh shit. This would have been a gamble to try hold like this. Like, yes, it can fly, but with our stop loss here, it could be a gamble. I don't get where all the drawdown philosophy is coming from. I don't get what you're asking about that. What you mean by drawdown philosophy? So let's say you somehow held the position, which doesn't make sense with this stop loss. Now you'd be break even before open, and then you're out break even. All right, fine. And then open fucks you. Yeah. Interesting. So yeah, this good decision for me here. I'm happy with this. What do you mean, Alex? What do you mean? I don't know. I can easily hold such a position and don't have to be always super secure. Yeah, but look at where my stop loss is, man. I would have been wrecked if I didn't do that. Like, why? I don't understand why that would be a bad thing. This is an aggressive position with very tight stop loss. Even if I get SL, it doesn't bother me. Well, it should, because this was avoidable. This type of position, you want to go quick to break even. It's not a position to hold. That's my point. Yeah, like, look, your stop loss would have been wrecked here. You know? But you could have avoided that easily. That's my whole point. Because it's an aggressive position. And that's like an improvement that I make. Doesn't matter the percentage though. Like 0.025% is nothing though. But I'm risking more on this. So it matters. Not 0.025. That's why you don't care, because it's low. But if you're risking $1,000, $1,500, you're risking something that is gonna do this. Risk rewards on your side, but why not? Because I'm looking for a 1-to-1. And if I have a chance to manage my trade at entry, it's a good thing. I mean, hold to stop loss, it's fine. Then why do you close? I close because it was an aggressive position, guys. This, when you take an aggressive trade, you have to have aggressive management. The original position was down here. We are buying here, guys. Look where we're buying. We're buying up here. You've already missed the main push. So you go with a big lot size like every trade, which can kill the account? Of course not. I'm risking the same dollar amount every single trade. I know exactly how much I'm risking and when. If you're, for all the guys on prop firm, they're risking 1% of prop firm. Some are risking maybe 1.5, max 2%. Very normal stuff. If they have a high risk prop firm, they're risking a little bit more. I think you're missing a lot. This is called managing a trade. So there's something in trading called trade management. You can manage a trade in loss. You can manage a trade in profit. So imagine this type of position now. You just got stopped out, but now it's going back in profit. My scenario here is I kind of anticipated this type of BS. I'm not emotionally involved in the charts right now because I just got out at entry. That's it. So it makes things really easy like that. When I can see that, like, remember what I said in the beginning of the trade. Be ready, guys. I will be aggressive of this. And I said when I'm in, I'm watching this like a hawk because it's a really aggressive trade when you're trying to buy highs like this late. What time was this here? 10:53. It was a good shot though, it was a good shot. Talking about the management like I'm a dog? What do you mean talking about the management like you're a dog? I'm trying to explain that this is not the position I took. The position I wanted to take was here. I'm not in from that. So for you, you can afford this drawdown. People can't. You see what I'm saying? If you're in from here, that's way different. If you want to risk that profit, you can. I'm not in from there. So how am I supposed to risk that profit? I just took your trade? Yeah, and then I'm trying to explain why I managed the trade so you can learn from that. So I'm saying because the first trade you took, that's the ideal entry. A little bit higher is where I would have entered. I don't know your strat. If you're trading something different, it's not going to be relevant, nor should it even be a discussion here. As you know, we want to all be doing the same thing. But this entry here, totally valid entry. I spoke about it. This was perfect. If you're in this entry, there's not even a need to take this entry. No need. So you take this entry, you close out, you're done for the day. Happy days. If you're holding this entry, okay, happy days as well. Right? The second thing is, so now that I'm identifying, hey, there might be some volume in this market. This entry, obviously, I didn't have enough time to enter. Perfect. So I identified that there might be some volume still in this market. So I tried to get in again here. That's my first step, to try get in here. I never mentioned here that I'm gonna be super aggressive on management. Instead, I drop risk by 0.3%. Small amount risk drop, but can save me long term. So this was my first entry. Never triggered me. So I don't enter. I then see a thunderstorm setup, which is a classic setup with a high win rate. But for this setup to work, I need it to be a straight push. That's how it works. Because I've taken these setups hundreds of times over years. I know exactly their characteristics. And I know if we're not up here fast, there's a high chance that this is going to happen. Right? That it probably will end up being a loss. You know? So that's why I decided to go break even and not just hold the stop loss and be scared about a stop loss. It's not that I'm being scared about the stop loss. It's actually the opposite. It's I'm avoiding a loss, which I think is more beneficial as a trader. Like, how much better would that be? You know? The idea is hit and run. I like that saying, you know? Especially with this. That should have more benefit in protecting the account. Well, you're in a position from down here. You have profits to play. I was not in that. It's a completely different scenario. You may be in profit for today, but if I held the trade like you today and didn't make that decision, I'm in loss for today. So if you check the two decisions that were made, which decision is going to be better for my account? And that's as simple as it is, right? Aggressive trade, aggressive management. So it's not rocket science, nor is it trying to speak down. It's just I'm trying to explain to you why. Harry, can we trade before NFP? Is there volume problem? Sometimes yes, there's volume problem before NFP, but why not just trade after NFP, man? It's pretty early in the day, man. It's only 4:30, 30 minutes after New York Open. So just wait for after NFP. You know, it's only 30 minutes after the Open. It's not like you have to wait the whole session. Check GJ. Let's see what GJ's done in the session here. Starting to try bounce, come back up here. 15 minutes. So now you can move this up here. You would need a close above here. I don't like how many clean candles have been here. Unless one degenerate gambler is taking the NFP. Yeah, some people love to do that. When will the ORB video drop? This week. This week. This week that video will drop. It's hard to scalp on DAX with 4-point spread. Bro, if you have 4-point spread, you need to change broker immediately. There's no, like, that's crazy. You can't even intraday trade with 4 points. I mean, session trade with 4-point spread. Not even possible. GJ might have a breakout here. Let's see how this closes. 5 minutes though. We have to wait 5 minutes. I'm only taking GJ based on a 15. Even though I know the 5 minutes closing above, but it's not enough confirmation for me. Especially in these days, how GJ has been. I need good confirmation, which is going to be the 15 close. So I'm going to wait for that. Look at gold. 1 hour. This is my point about the 1 hour resistance, you know. It's very tough. Resistance is a resistance. I have 1-point spread, but the problem is me and Sankit been seeing that when we place a buy stop and when we're supposed to be entered, it just deletes it automatically. Yeah, that's maybe because it couldn't get the price you want. So instead of slipping you, it deletes it. That's because you selected for like this low, very low spread broker option, right? He has leverage locked. Yeah, of course that will reject it. Yes. If you're locked leverage, then yes, you have to adjust that. Let me check with that, Adam. Yeah, it's a little bit higher. It's a previous, we've crossed through twice. I'm not too worried because we've crossed through twice. Typically, we don't even have to consider it. The only reason I've left it on the charts is just to be like, that was our previous range we broke out. We came back in the range. If it respects that, we're just going to be in the range. You get what I mean? That's the only reason I've left it on. But ideally, it actually doesn't matter too much. DAX is melting now. Yeah. Now we see the DAX move down after that. That's why I tell you it's one of those shots where give it a shot, be aggressive, and then move on. Like, especially with such a nice tight stop, you can definitely get, you know, easily a 1-to-1 if there's just a little bit more volume. But look, I'm not upset. I'm not complaining that there wasn't enough volume because my entry today was supposed to be here. That was my entry. Right, that was where my entry was. A lot of the guys, some of the guys got this entry here. I was just faffing about. How are you, G? I'm new to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All week Frankfurt gave the longs and then London gave the shorts. Yes, it's true, man. London has been retracing, which is a good reason. Like if you're holding trades from London Open, then you shouldn't be holding through London Open as well. See how GJ is about to close in about 2 minutes here, so we'll see how GJ is doing. Damn. Yeah, so GJ's pushed here, kind of filled our range, but that's expected from GJ. So my question to you, Alex, is you have positions from down here. Did you hold? What's your plan with those? Are you planning to hold? Are you planning to get out? Did you secure profits? That'll be my next plan for you. That's a great thing to do, thinking in your position exactly what you want to do and when. It's kind of like chess, right? We want to be a couple of moves ahead. If I see this, I'm doing this. If I see that, I'm doing that. Not see something and then react off it like, oh shit, you know? I like to be like that. New viewer here, appreciate the logic you explained, bro. Definitely can learn a lot. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Sometimes I just keep a runner and decided to close them only with break even, as a lot of them walk far. But how far do you look for them to go? Like, what's your targets? So this before London Open, how did you manage? What was your plan? You managed at previous 30. Is GJ on futures? I think maybe it's called 6J or something like that. I don't know if it's the exact same chart. After the trade was over for me, I left a runner and day is basically over. Also, the position you sent me was runners. Are you planning to trade post NFP today? Yeah, if there's a setup for sure. Post NFP is fine. Just pre NFP I don't like. BTC not, it's full size, but theorist yes. Not sure what I'm speaking about the DAX one, not Bitcoin. Only runners? Alright. Still not stopped you out? Yeah, you'd need to create some support. Most of the time when London, yeah, it's been like that really recently. Most of these have been like that. Look at GJ. I saw GJ just closed very deep here. No bottom wick as well, a tiny one, but it closed very deep. I was looking for a close above here for buys to trade to this previous daily resistance. Would have been nice. We had about 14 pip range. Stop loss would have been about 14 pips as well. That was my plan, but it's pushed through so far. But that's typical. GJ's been like that. I'm not too surprised. I'm just happy that I didn't force any trades on gold here. Like, imagine you don't have this 1 hour line. You know, a lot of people have taken this trade here today, guys. I'm telling you, a lot of people have taken this buy right here. A lot of people. What's overnight fees on IC markets? Not sure. There's no overnight fees in terms of, there's weekend holding fees, but not overnight. Overnight depends on the pair, right? But there's no overnight holding fees. I get paid like positive swaps, for example. If you get positive swaps, you're getting paid to hold overnight. Oh yeah, that was close. Can you look at USD yen? We can have a look at USD yen. Monthly reject. I think if the 4 hour can get above 4 hour resistance, you have buys. I do think we could see some dollar strength today as well. I think we could see maybe some gold more down. I mean, we're in the 50s here. If we pop up higher, we could maybe see. If we look at Dixie, it's at a definite potential bounce zone on Dixie. Especially from yesterday, the bounce we had. This is not Dixie, my bad. Where's Dixie? There, this one. This is a potential bounce zone here. 96s, man. Crazy number. It's the top of this weekly resistance here. We could potentially bounce if NFP wants to be the cause. If NFP wants to be the cause. Yeah, dollars, that's what I mean. Dollars dropping. So at some point we should have a pullback, right? I mean, it can still fall further to 95, huh? 95 is still on the cards. I noticed before NFP that volume dies. Yeah, a lot of the time, the first week of the month, either we have two things. It's either very good and you get a lot of bullish, not bullish pressure, but you get a lot of volume, or it's just dead. This time we're seeing it medium. We're seeing it medium. Monday, I mean, this would have been a typical week. Monday there was a good trade, just came 0.8 from TP. And then Tuesday, today, there was a good trade as well. It's just that I didn't manage to enter, but other people's managed to get in. Would have been a win, right? It's a clean win, this. So we can't disregard that. It's not like it's been bad. That was a very clean one here. Closed above, followed the plan exactly. Just a bit of my fumbling around. Like, that's just something on my side. Nothing to do with the market, right? But that's a clean trade. Follows plan. Stop loss would have been back in the range. Below 1 minute structure. Wick fill plus reaching the previous 30. So it's a perfect trade in terms of conditions in the market. I wouldn't say it's an A+ trade. For it to be an A+ trade, I would want the 15 close above as well. but it definitely was the option of the day, and it hit TP with ease. With ease, it hit TP plus more, so I can't be greedy. I still gave myself a shot just to see if I can make something, and I'm up about 20 bucks for the day. 20 bucks profit on that DAX. Go get yourself some ice cream. I could buy ice cream for probably everyone in the exclusive right now, all 50 of you. I don't think that's how much ice cream costs these days. Actually, it does. In yeah, I could buy it here from McDonald's. We have we have 1 dirham ice cream, which is like $0.3 ice cream. Do you think NFP day can affect London? Yeah, sometimes it does. Sometimes we have good volume. I think today was a normal day. I don't see anything weird about London session today. DAX moved very clean today in terms of general price movement. Good structure formations, good pushes. Obviously, buying the highs, I know that I'm not upset that there wasn't a continuation. Look where I'm buying. You know? How you manage NY today? Maybe post-news, US 30 will be interesting, even look pre-news? No point of looking pre-news. 30 minutes, man. New York open and then it's only 30 minutes. So even if after New York opens you have a 15-minute close, I mean, you might get a good setup like maybe an hour before news, but I rather just come after news, NYSE time. Have a look at NYSE, you know? News 30 minutes after NYC though. Yeah, we have that one as well. ISM though, it's not really a big one, man. Market is normally pretty tired after this news comes out. The ISM is not too much. But 30 minutes is enough even. Normally you're like 10 minutes after New York Stock Exchange open, or even before, right? Because between news and New York Stock Exchange, we have an hour. My Dixie looks like this somehow. Damn, I can't understand what you're writing, but it's good analysis, good work anyways. I like the markup. What time NY Stock Exchange opens? NY or NYSC? Which one? 5:30. Dubai is pretty cheap then? Yes, you can live cheaply in Dubai. It is very possible. GJ has a thunder. I think so. Thunder, you would want a weak candle, kind of how it looked on DAX. Look at the difference of DAX. On DAX here, you have. I'll show you this. You see how the bottom wick is smaller than the top wick, and how the body looks like it's rejecting from the downside. That's the kind of formation we want. Whereas on GJ right now, we're having more of a candle showing us rejection from upside plus a resistance candle. So it's a little bit worse. Especially that we're coming from a zone. Just relax, Jay. He knows. Don't you? Relax. All right, I'm gonna call it here for NFP. I think today was a great session in terms of the options. We had 2 options today. One option break even, the other option a win. Can't really complain at that. Bit of mismanagement from my side, not being fast enough. That's not the market's fault. I cannot blame the market for that. I appreciate everyone showing up, even though there's only a few of you. Much love, guys. Take care. Have an amazing rest of your day. Do continue to show up. We will keep on killing it. And yeah, things are looking way better now. At least, like, you know, we're getting options, and it being NFP week as well, and NFP day, to get these options is nice, showing that there's some good price action coming back in the markets. We've not actually had a position yet this week that has gone into drawdown. It has been very simplistic positions, and yeah, I appreciate you all for showing up, and hopefully catch you guys tomorrow for the last day of the week, and then we pick it up from next week here and continue. So appreciate you all. Take care, Tradesharpe, and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. All right, Peach, much love. Take care.